AITA for what I said to my dad's fiancé. This is going to be on a throwaway account since my siblings are on Reddit a lot. So I want to start off, am I the asshole for what I said to my dad's fiancé? About 7 years ago my parents got divorced due to my dad having an affair on my mom, but me and my siblings didn't know about it until last year because my mom didn't want to ruin my relationship with my dad, same with my siblings. After hearing this news I was livid after hearing from the fact that the homewrecker knew my dad was married, and to make matter worse that bitch was also my late uncle, dad's brother, wife. Not only did my dad betrayed my mom but also his dead brother too. If I'm being honest, I honestly hated that homewrecker from the start, not just because she was a homewrecker, but she would always criticize my mom of the way she parent me and my siblings, and would always criticize me for not being ladylike. Since my dad's mistress is old-fashioned, she would always criticize me for not cleaning and cook for my brothers, and criticize my mom for not doing whatever my dad say to her, waiting on him hand and foot. She then says how my mom would never find another man for the way she looks since she doesn't have a slim body. This bitch is really talking shit about my mom's looks when she looks like a black version of those ugly ass witches from Hocus Pocus. What a downgrade, yikes. Then to me about no man wants me for my rude behavior and my hobbies. Last month she and my dad announced they're getting married, and to celebrate my dad decided to have dinner with my siblings to get to know my dad's fiancé. I honestly didn't want to go because the homewrecker would criticize me again, but my mom made me to make peace, so I reluctantly went. When we had dinner my dad told his mistress that I'm graduating college soon, and then she criticized me again due to me being in college and riding a motorcycle to school. She stated it isn't ladylike for me to ride a motorcycle and how my mom failed as a mother to raise a proper young lady. Then I had enough. This lady can talk crap about me all she wants, but when she does it to my mom, that where the line is crossed. So I snapped and told her, well, it's also isn't ladylike to be a home-wrecking bitch and also doing it with your late husband's married brother, but yet you still did it. I honestly knew I took things too far cause she got out the restaurant crying. And my dad was yelling at me for insulting his fiancée and bringing up her late husband. So after dinner was over my dad demanded I apologize to her, and while my mom appreciates me for standing up for her, she did think I took things too far and I should apologize to her. My siblings on the other hand thought it was hilarious and said she had it coming. So am I the asshole for what I said to my dad's fiancé? Cause now I'm starting to feel a bit guilty. Edit. To clarify, yes, I know the mistress is technically my aunt, but she used to live in another country and it would only be my uncle who would visit the family since they used to live halfway across the world from my family, and it would take a long time and planning to visit my family, so she would insist on staying behind in order to save money and cause she hated traveling a lot. It wasn't until my uncle's death that my dad and my aunt had the affair, since my dad had to fly to the country where my aunt used to live since my uncle's will was signed to my dad and aunt 7 years ago, so me and my siblings knew nothing about her since she never visited us. It wasn't until last year where she got her US citizenship to move to the US cause of my dad, where she then started to get to know the family. It was only last year that I ever met her and decided not to call her my aunt, since I was already embarrassed enough about what my dad did, since I don't want other people to know that she was my aunt. Comment. Me too. Good on you for calling her out. Who the hell is she to talk about you not being ladylike or your mom when she is a home wrecker? She shouldn't talk shit when she has a ton of skeletons in her closet. Truth hurts sometimes. Your dad needs to open his eyes and see that she's the instigator and stop demanding you apologize. Why didn't he speak up when she was talking shit? Exactly. I would double down and say something like, so to clarify, it is not ladylike to ride a motorcycle, but it is ladylike to fuck a married man for years. Okay, got it? Thanks. Tell your dad you'll apologize when both he and she apologize for cheating on your mother and breaking up your family, and when she specifically apologizes to you for insulting your mother and yourself. You are correct, it is more unladylike, and far more immoral, which is more important, to help a married man with kids break up his family than it is either to attend college or ride a motorcycle. It is also immoral and unladylike, stepmom, to insult someone you yourself have wronged, as well as to try to parent the child of a marriage you helped break up with your immoral and unladylike behavior, as if damaging their childhood and family security was a gift you gave them instead of an injury. I believe the phrase here is don't start shit, won't be shit. Your father gave her free rein to be hateful and critical toward you. He could have called her out a long time ago on how she talked to his kids. He did not. You are now an adult. You do not, in fact, have to sit there and take insults. Super proud of you. You do not owe either of them an apology. You stood up for yourself, which you should not have had to do. Your father should have shut her shit down as soon as she started running her dirty mouth. Then, As if insulting you wasn't enough, she had to show how insecure she is by insulting your mom. She keeps saying bad things about your mom because she is A. hiding her guilt behind disdain, 2. knows she is lesser than your mother so she uses insults to make herself feel better, 3. she knows she is immoral so she uses good manners and ladylike etiquette to try to hide the fact she a homewrecker and no good. Your father doesn't say anything to her about these things because he is kitty whipped. If he tells her to stop it, she will probably throw guilt emotional blackmail at him. You do not owe any of them an apology. If your father tries to force it, I am so sorry you didn't learn any etiquette and are a homewrecker. Others gave much better ideas than me. Next story 2. AITA for telling my sister if she hikes with us I won't wait for her. Family is currently on vacation. My parents rented a big place and it's them, me, and my partner, my brother and his family and my sister and her partner. We've been mostly doing family things but there is a hike my partner and I really want to do, so we're going to take tomorrow afternoon to do it when my brother and his children are doing kids activities. We let everyone know and my sister and her partner want to join us. My sister is very overweight and also vapes. This hike is not super intensive in terms of mileage, about 2 hours each way, but will involve a ton of switchbacks up the side of a mountain basically the whole way. I have been hiking with her before and she often needs breaks. I know she will extend the time of the hike by a lot and might not be able to make it to the top. Something similar happened last year and we all had to turn around. I suggested to my sister that she look up the trail and see if she thinks it's doable. She got really annoyed with me. My sister believes that she is fit enough to do the hike. I said why don't we go do another hike to a nice lookout in the morning that is more flat altogether. She doesn't want to do that one. I want to be clear that if I'm planning to hike with a group I believe that you should plan for the slowest member. But in this case my partner and I want to go and enjoy ourselves and weren't making it a group activity. I told her if she comes with us on this one we won't wait for her and her partner. She told me that was fucked up. I said we did 3 hikes this week with the kids that we invited her to come on and she didn't want to. Her girlfriend is also mad and told me I shouldn't judge her fitness by her weight. I said I'm judging her fitness based off of past experience and she flipped me the bird. AITA. Comment. You were planning to do this trail alone with your partner. Your sister invited herself along, and even though she claims to be confident that she's fit enough to do it, her anger at your saying you wouldn't wait shows that she knows she's not up to it and is expecting to be accommodated. Do your hike as planned. If your sister comes and doesn't have a good time that's on her. Okay, I'm confused. Does the sister not realize that she can turn back if it's too much and just do the hike with her partner? She doesn't have to be with up. I'm gonna go with NTA here. She can hike with her partner and they can go at her pace. Said as an overweight, late 40s, vaping female. Alternatively, you can tell her that this plan was just for you and your partner for some alone time to decompress. I'd say, as a chunky 43 years old who also vapes, that my need for breaks and my general speed are no one's problem but my own. I don't think it's a big deal for her to either stay behind or go at her own pace. Maybe you could wait for them at the end of the trail/top of the peak, sounds like there is one by your statement of switchbacks, and she could text you if she turns around to go back and you and your partner could enjoy a picnic together while you wait. I'm an overweight woman and never hike. You're definitely right to plan hikes around the slowest person in the group, that's smart, and it's nice that you invited her to do a different, easier hike another time. But this particular hike, you only planned for the 2 of you. You're not being an asshole for judging her fitness, or for wanting a hike with just your partner. My family went on a similar vacation. I could go on about my various health issues, but the end result is that I'm overweight and not in the best of shape. We went on tons of easy walks I could go on. My sister and brother-in-law are avid hikers. They took a day and went on a challenging hike by themselves. I fully enjoyed the views that were around me on my lazy day. We all enjoyed the pictures they took. I have dreams of getting to the point in my physical therapy that I could actually join them, but in the meantime I'm certainly not going to hold them back from fully enjoying something because I tagged along on something I realistically couldn't do. Like solo activities for those very reasons. I intend to do A, someone else wants to join in but wants to do B and invites others to do B. I wish them a good time. I'm going to do A as planned. Cue the bitching because we need to stick together because dangerous things will happen if I stray from the pack. What are you doing for your holidays, low television? Ain't going nowhere, ain't doing nothing. You went there and did that, why didn't you tell us so we could come along? No reason, just years of experience. Being an a-hole is better than going somewhere you don't want to be with people you don't want to spend time with.